In the silent deserts of ancient Egypt, where dunes can bury centuries in a single night, there is a legend whispered only by the most sacred priests, a tale of a god who refused to stay dead. Osiris, lord of the underworld, was once a king of the living. He was wise, beloved, a bringer of order to a world born from chaos. But as light cast a shadow, so too did his greatness. And in that shadow stood Set, his brother, hungry for a throne he could never deserve. They say Set crafted a coffin of perfect shape, measured secretly to Osiris himself. It was a supposed gift, carved from rich cedar, painted in shimmering gold, and lined with velvet as dark as a moonless night. During a grand feast, surrounded by laughter and music, Set presented his creation. He offered the magnificent coffin to any guest who could fit perfectly inside. One by one they tried, laughing as they climbed in and out of the ornate box, but it was too big or too small. Only one could fit. Osiris, amused by the game, lay down in it as a joke, and the lid slammed shut. The laughter died. Nails of iron were hammered in. Chains of bronze were wrapped around it. A seal kissed by shadow was placed upon it. Without a moment's hesitation, Set and his followers cast the coffin into the Nile, and the great river swallowed its king. But death did not end the story. It began it. The coffin drifted for days, bumping against rocks, getting tangled in reeds, until it reached a distant land far from the shores of Egypt. The locals there began to speak of strange sounds coming from inside, a heartbeat slow and stubborn, echoing through the wood. When Isis, his devoted wife, finally found it after a desperate search, she swore she saw the lid trembling, as if the god trapped within was still fighting, still trying to breathe. The priests claim that on moonless nights, when the Nile is completely still, a wooden knocking can sometimes be heard, rising from beneath the surface, faint, patient, eternal. They say Osiris's coffin still drifts somewhere in the dark waters, moving against the current as though guided by a will much older than death itself. And those who dare to follow the river at night sometimes report seeing a faint gleam of gold floating between the reeds before it disappears again into the black water. Not sinking, not rising, just moving, as if it's still searching for the one who betrayed him.